8 or the European Commission.
Okay, understood. Any other criteria that were important?
No, in our case, those were kind of the 5 major requirements.
Okay, and then just quickly to understand, so for audit requirement, was that something that was different between the different players, or is that something that basically everyone fulfilled?
But normally, I would say if you're a global, depends if you're a global company or if you are a domestic company. So if you are a domestic or a global company, definitely internal audit would like to have the ability to trace the
I
transactions.
understand. I mean, from the vendor, from the provider, from the vendor perspective, is that something that every vendor fulfills anyways? Or is it really something?
That's kind of a standard. That's kind of a standard.
Standard.
Ability.
And then
with the tracing. Yeah, I mean that's now kind of standard in all the systems that any approval of any transaction within the system will leave an electronic trace of the approver. Yeah.
So basically, the top 3 will be integration, also integration / connectivity, support, and cost. Those will be the top 3 where actually I differentiate the different players.
Yeah, and your geographical footprint. I mean, your requirements will change if you're a domestic company only, or if you are a global company.
Got it. Just very quickly, so the relationship.
Now, just a quick example, like on the back office support, for us it's very important that we get Europe, Latin America, and North America being in different time zones. They still get the same level of service from the different back offices or service desks that Kyriba provides. Yeah.
Got it. Just very quickly, so basically a relationship with the vendor or ERP system that didn't really affect your decision.
No.
Because there was Okay. Go to competitive position. Can you quickly recap which vendors you are familiar with and which one you are familiar with and which one you considered in your evaluation? So which one you could comment on in terms of how they perform against each other?
Okay, the one that I'm familiar with that I've implemented is Kyriba and IT2, and then as part of the selection process, we looked at Reval in the case of General Cable.
Okay, so it was Kyriba and IT2, right? IT2.
IT2, but now IT2 has been purchased by Reval, so it's part of the Reval portfolio.
Okay, so what about, for example, SunGuard, Wall Street Systems, Berlin, G Treasury, Sage XRT? Would you be able to comment on them?
No.
Or? Okay, got it. And then, just very quickly, in terms of payments, are you able to kind of comment on any companies like Bottomline, D+H, OpenText, Avantgarde, any company specialized in payment?
No, normally we use either one of those 3 systems or the proprietary platforms that each bank has.
Got it. Good. Let's see. Let's do this very quickly, but do you know NPS score?
NPS score? No.
Like Net Promoter Score, So basically, what I'll just very quickly ask you the question. So then I would like to ask you to give a score to the 2 companies you just mentioned. So how likely is it that you would recommend the providers that we just mentioned to a friend or a colleague? Like 1 is very unlikely and 10 is extremely likely.
Extremely likely in all cases, depending on what the company needs are.
So Kyriba you would give 10 or 8 or 7.
Kyriba I will give a 10 on cash management and maybe an 8 on risk management. And Reval, I will do the other way around. I will give the top score as risk management and the lower score as cash management and reporting.
Great. So now if you look at, let's see, we have your 3 top criteria. Let's